So the second part of the actions movie is, if I just play Control and Enter, the idea is we're going to put a count. So the second and third and fourth time, fifth time, sixth time that it goes through this loop, this number 1 changes to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5. Okay. So we basically got to set up a counter. We've got to tell this piece of text here, let's just go to there, this piece of text to change to 1, to 2, to 3, etc. And we've got to put a counter in the code. So let's follow along. In the tree select play.click, so I think that is in the code. Let's just bring this over here. So this is the tree, play.click. Position the cursor after sim.play. So this is now a code environment. We'll put in a cursor, we're going to do some typing. Just for the speed of this, I'm going to copy and paste, which is a good thing and a bad thing. For you guys starting to code, I strongly recommend that you type it out. You'll get errors, you'll go through the motor skills of the brackets and the curly braces and all that, and put in dots in and semicolons at the end. So what does this do? Okay, so this is not symbol, this is symbol, not simulation. The whole stage, the whole animation is a symbol, and it can have symbols inside it, which we'll get to see later. So we're setting a variable that we haven't yet created. What's the variable name? It's going to be one called count, and we're setting its value, initializing it to be 1. Okay, so this code here is that code, that code there. Okay, so now select the timeline complete, put the cursor before sim.play. So timeline complete, this is when it gets to the end, it loops over again. And we are, cover the snippet here, so we're making a variable count. And it equals, go to the symbol, the main stage, and get the variable called count. Okay, so that's putting it in this variable. Where are we? Here. This is the adding 1. So in this particular time, this frame, the movie has forgotten what count is, so it goes away and gets it, and then it sets that variable to be whatever it was plus 1. So we don't need to remember what it is. It's already counting. We add 1 each time it goes through. So that's what we should have there. Okay, we get the variable, we add 1 to it, and then we go back with now the variable incremented. Position the playhead at 0.5, which is there. And add a trigger. So here we are, Control T. So you can see it's added a trigger here. We had one to stop the movie at 0.5 seconds. What's that trigger going to be? Add a trigger, copy the snippet, var count in here. So we push a line down and add. So count. So we're coming back to this half second, and we're just refreshing what count is. And then, so we're putting the cursor there and pushing down, and we're going to in the snippets panel. Now, there's no snippets in here. I think what we've got to do is double click that, but it doesn't do it while this is up. So let's just double click there. These are the snippets. Remember, if that's not showing, that's there. And we're going to get the text. We're going to change text. And it's going to be something on the stage. And we have this text object. Now the name TEXT with a capital T is this same spelling here. So that's the thing we're going to change. And then it says press enter. So we'll press enter. And what this bottom line here is doing, sim.$text, so it's changing the text, the symbol, text symbol that's called TEXT. It's changing its HTML component to be double quotes, okay, plus count. So this text here, we're not actually putting anything here. What we're doing is adding count. So what this does, it sets the object to be a string. So we're HTML, we're adding a string, but there's nothing in there, so it's a string with nothing in. And then this cleverly concatenates the variable and forces the variable, which is just a number, to be a string version of the number. Now count, you can multiply it by 5, 10, divide by whatever, square it. As soon as we convert it to a string piece of text and add it to nothing, then it becomes a number. So that should be it, I think. So let's run that. And as if by magic. So obviously when it gets to 100, it's going to be quite wide, probably too wide, but just to go back to the code and see where all this code is. Okay, so you need to get used to going in here and finding out where your code is. Sometimes you'll start placing bits of code in the wrong place, and it should be, it'll end up at 1 second, it should be half a second or whatever, and it shouldn't be on here, it should be on an actual play button or a stop button or whatever. But anyway, that's the basics of it. That was good, that was fun. See you in the next one.